On this video, I would like to give you a demo about SharePoint training program that we provide at AA SoftTech. Before I start, I would like to say this video and demo is provided by Aladdin Anwar. Aladdin Anwar is a SharePoint architect at AA SoftTech. AA SoftTech provides SharePoint consulting and also SharePoint training. Since we have clients who are looking for on-site SharePoint consulting, we also provide job replacement and send our people to work on behalf of our clients. Okay, why do we do SharePoint training and why do we focus on SharePoint? Well, we do SharePoint training because there's a lot of demand in the market related to SharePoint. We have seen this growth in demand, and if you look at the job market and search for different expertise, if you Google, you see a lot of requests to hire SharePoint compared to other expertise. That's why we put a lot of effort in SharePoint training. Our SharePoint training is mostly engaged in workshop, and the workshop is available for a long time. It's not just for a couple of days. It would be something around 4 months. So you have enough time to do some exercises and do some training and learn how to digest the material. Also, the workshops are remotely. So as long as you have internet access, you can use your training site and study the material and do exercises. The goal of these exercises is trying to make you solve the problem independently and not rely on somebody else and not to wait on somebody else to come and solve the problem for you or give you detailed guidelines. We do help people, but we try to train them to be very independent. Try to help them to find a solution. For example, on the internet, you can go to Google and find out yourself. If you know the technique of solving the problem, then you don't only know the solution or 1 or 2 items, but you will be capable to find a solution for many problems, as well as know the approach and how to go forward. The time we allow to do the workshop is 4 months. I think there should be enough time to digest the material over the time instead of going to the condensed training class for a couple of days and getting bombarded. A lot of materials, you forget many part of it right after training or the workshops. I just want to compare here 3 different methods of training on this slide. These are the training methods available. The left side, remote workshop training that we do. But there are training classes available that you can go and get training there. And also there are some sites that promote just video training. So the other alternative is watching videos. They're all okay and can be used for training, but we focus first on the reason we outline here. One is the site is available all the time. As long as you have access to the internet, you can use the site and the material. So you can use your time and you can spend as much time as you need. It's up to you. And the material is always available for you all the time. We also give you enough time to learn. So it's not something in a couple of days. The alternative method is you go to classes. There are a lot of good SharePoint classes. They're condensed. They're within a couple of days. But in a short time, you need to digest all. You shouldn't miss any topic in this short time because the training is just 2 to 3 days and missing 2 to 3 hours is a lot. Also, the learning material is mostly available in class. You can do workshop while you're in class. The site is available when you are in class. So in short, you learn the condensed material in a short time. It is good if you want to learn something really quick. It is different than remote learning over the time while you are doing other things. The other alternative is using video training. Some sites just provide videos, but there is no interaction. There is no training site. There is no workshop. None of that is available. There is no moderator who can watch your work result. Whereas in remote workshop, moderators can support you in what you are doing and validate the work that you are doing. Now, we present foreman's access to the site. You have full control of your subsite to do exercises. You also have foreman's access to sessions and training materials. And when you do exercises, the moderator can validate what you have done correctly. If you have problems, write it down, and the moderator will look at it and come back to you and will help you. We provide 2 sets of training. We also provide customized training, but there are 2 common trainings we provide. One is SharePoint Site Admin, Power User Training. This is useful for people who don't know much or don't know at all SharePoint and they want to start. This is a good start, but the materials we provide covers completely the topics we outline here. We go over SharePoint overview, basic functionality of SharePoint. We also talk about create and utilize document library. Many people have worked with document library but don't know all the features in document library. We cover all the features and functionalities of the document library. It can be useful later on for knowledge management. We also talk about how to utilize SharePoint lists. We then create different pages and utilize web parts within the pages. Then we talk about using SharePoint metadata for knowledge management. Metadata would be the basis for knowledge management in SharePoint. So by finishing these sessions, you will be a good site admin. Power users in SharePoint. This is the first session or first common training we do. The second common training we do is SharePoint development. If you want to start SharePoint development, you should know the topics of first training. SharePoint admin, power user. So you should be familiar with overview. Create and use your document library. You should be able to create lists, web parts, and create metadata. If you know these topics in advance, you can jump to SharePoint development training. This training covers most of the light development done in SharePoint. We cover the workflows. We also cover writing and using jQuery and JavaScript. We cover writing client object module, and we cover the security. Now, these topics are almost common between SharePoint 2010 and 2013. In SharePoint 2013, jQuery is used much more than 2010. There are a lot of enhancements in SharePoint 2013 workflow. These topics would cover a basis of part development in SharePoint. Not all, but mostly are covered here. So, these are 2 sets of SharePoint trainings we have. We split these 2 sessions because some people would like to focus on overview of SharePoint and to be a site admin, not farm admin. And some people want to go further and do some development and coding. Okay, let's look at some demos that I can show you from previous people who have been trained and have done exercises. I go overview to show you the material we have, the session that we handled, some presentations of the real work that we have done, of the people viewing from session 2, and so forth. Okay, here you see the training material. Our training material is based on the videos that already existed on the internet. We can see tons of videos on the internet. We have selected the videos that are related to the topics we present. We categorize them. The idea is we provide you the material, you're watching the videos, and after each session, you start doing the exercises. For example, you watch the videos in session 1 on general navigation and about the document libraries. You have the videos on document libraries, and then you start your exercises, so you know what document library is. Let's create document library. Work a little bit, utilize it, and so forth. So basically, these materials are enough for you to watch it, to follow it, and then do the exercises given to you step-by-step instructions on how to do it. But keep in mind, the 2 trainings that we provide are 5 sessions. Each session is 1 hour about the material that we cover in the training. So you don't only watch videos. The instructor comes, gives a 1-hour presentation about the topic that you need to learn. So you learn the topic by attending the session and also watching these videos. And then you do these exercises that you find here, and once you do it, you provide the report of what you have done, and the moderator can validate what you have done if it's correct. Okay, once you watch the videos and have done the exercises, we can write it down and mark it down saying that. For example here, Gisela has finished exercise 38 or 40 or 42. Then the moderator comes here and watches what you have done from the link of your work result. The moderator will look at it, and the moderator will verify if the work is correct. Mark it as approved, and color code is green, so you know that your work is correct. And if the moderator has not finished validating your work, the status is pending. We give you more details once you join the sessions. This is not really hard, but basically, the idea is the moderator validates your exercise, and it will be shown whatever you work is correct or not. Now I'm going to give a demo of the sample work that people have done in this training over time. Here is a demo of somebody who has modified and customized a little bit SharePoint out of the box. Put the logo, changed a little bit of color, created some subsides, created a menu bar, customized a little bit the background of the search. This work was done after passing 2 sessions. Here is another one. Writing some JavaScript code and providing Google Map in SharePoint. This is a little bit of coding, a little bit of JavaScript coding, of integrating Google Map with SharePoint. This is the result of somebody's work which was done. Okay, here's another one. Another trainee has put search customization here that you can search the site based on exact words or any of these words, or narrow down the search in different languages. Also, some color coding to list in SharePoint. Some JavaScript code to color code the result. Here's another sample code. Some jQuery code to hide some field when you want to edit the list. The real list item is here, which has some fields like extra field, but if you notice that, on this edit page, that extra field does not exist. So a little jQuery code is written here in the edit mode or add a new item mode. This is another exercise done by a developer. Here's a sample code. Here's a sample code to update SharePoint list using client object module code. This code can access to any list and can update any list item. So if I click on this update list push button, the client object module starts and updates this list, which is announcement, and update the list item ID 1 and change the column of this list to this value. If you see that the list here, the title of this item 1 right now is updated now to 12/14/758. And this code will update the list item and update the item ID 1 called title and continue to update it with this value. So when I click on that, the client object module starts and gives the message and the item is updated. Shows the client object works fine. And if I look at this list and refresh the page, I should see the title is updated. The updated value is what I have typed here. You will see how the client object module is written by a developer and what the result is here. I tried to show you some sample demo of results of the work that people have done. Here's another one. Writing some JavaScript code and using a Google API to display the result of data in a chart format. And you see by that the code behind this. I don't want to go deep into coding. I just want to show this code is written. And then pass query strings of the array of data. Each data is displayed in this chart format. Here is another work, written by a developer, doing some exercise. She has written some code to display the result, the chart, by passing the query strings and passing the data and displaying the chart in a pie format. Talk a little bit about advanced training. This is the exact training I'm talking about. This is further training, further customization. This is done by other developer. Side customization, side parenting. You see, you know there is jQuery is written to update the image. And the link here. Also, the site is customized by developers using different fonts, using customized master page. Providing nice drop-down menus here, customizing the fonts, that sort of thing. But this is sort of advanced training. For training master page, publishing page, that sort of thing. It is done by one of the developers participating in our class. I wanted to show you that we are not only a training company, we are a consulting field providing the full chart web part sample. This is a complex application that we wrote. It displays the org chart by getting the data from a user profile. This is how we provide consulting services. This is one of the few products creating org charts on SharePoint. We have developed this and we market this to our clients, and this shows us that we are not only a training company, but we are a company who are working tight to client. And based on experience working with clients, we provide this SharePoint training. Back to our training again. We are providing two common training courses. SharePoint Site Admin Power User training, which covers 5 sessions. Each session is 1 hour, talking about these topics, plus providing the training material and a lab and workshop for you to do these exercises and validate after you're done exercise. And the second popular training we have is SharePoint Development Training, which talks about the workflow, JavaScript, jQuery, client object module, and security. This is again 5 sessions. Each session 1 hour, interactive training, plus the material that you will get. If you are interested to participate in our training program, you can go to this link and then register there and select the training that you want. This training again is provided by AA Softtech. This is the URL to our website. You can go to our site and get more familiar to what you're doing. And here is the registration page that I just gave you the link to. You go to this page and see the page. Nothing complex. Just write your name, write your email address that we can use to contact you, and select the session that you're interested in, and submit it. You get email from us. If you'd like more information, we can communicate with you. Then hopefully we will see you in our training sessions.